saying thank you does not mean you're grateful. Let's talk about that. See, a lot of people think that by virtue of saying thank you for something that was done for you, for something that happened, you're automatically a grateful person. But that is where we get it wrong. My name is Fawn Peter. I'm a mindset coach, and here I teach you how to think better, to live better. Thankfulness and gratitude have the same root emotion, but there is a difference. So think about it this way: gratitude is like an ocean, whereas thankfulness is like rain. They're both water, right? Same substance. But thankfulness rains for a season and goes. In fact, not even a season moment. It'll rain this morning and stop. And then it'll rain in the night and stop. And then maybe this season there's a lot more rain and then it stops. And when the summer comes out, there's hardly any rain, right? But the ocean is there. It's stable. It's deep. It is immovable. It is a force that moves things. The ocean can kill. The ocean carries life. Do I need to go into it? In fact, there are people that are so scared of the ocean, and I hear, don't quote me on this, I hear that the ocean, the water bodies are one thing that NASA has not fully explored like other places because it's so crazy. It's deep. It's expanded. It's like, let's not go into talking about the ocean, but you get the picture here. Gratitude is a force. It is a character trait. It is a force that grounds you. It is a force that is capable of birthing in you. It is a force that is capable of killing what needs to be killed. It is a force that is capable of carrying you through current waves, pushing you, moving you. It is a force. Thankfulness is the rain, good seasons. Something happens, something good happens, somebody does something good. Oh, thank you. You're excited. Thankfulness can exist with resentment. Thankfulness can exist with entitlement. Thankfulness can exist with, performance, pride. Thankfulness can be based off of you. Oh, I'm thankful that this worked. I deserved it. I'm thankful that this turned out the way that we expected. We did a good job. It should have. We expected it when we're thankful it turned out right. Thankfulness is for an event, something that was done, a season, a particular, it can even be time bound. But when it comes to gratitude, gratitude is like when thankfulness has become a trait and it has exceeded the surface level and gone deeper, and it's now a character trait. Sorry, it has exceeded the level of emotion, not trait, gone deeper and become a character trait. Gratitude is when you have taught and developed a mindset of being thankful for things, no matter what the season, no matter what happens. And it has become such a part of you that even when the seasons are down, when things are hard, when you have an accident, when you lose a loved one, when you lose the contract, when you don't have your rent, when you're on the street, when in the toughest, hardest, most ridiculous of times, somehow there can be a smile on your face. Even when you're crying, there's still a smile on your face, a smile in your heart that says, I am still grateful. I still have a lot to be thankful and grateful for. And it's not just word of mouth, it's not toxic positivity, things that you say because they say you should say it so that you're not like a bad person, an ungrateful person, or a bad Christian. No, you truly, truly feel it. Haven't you heard of people who say, I was driving in my car, I was sad, I was having a bad day, and I saw this homeless guy and he made me feel good? The irony. There was this homeless guy that trended on TikTok. What year was it? So this lady was driving and she was having a bad day and she was just weeping and bawling her eyes out in her car. And I don't know how she came across the homeless guy. And he was like, "Oh my God, don't cry. As long as the sun is up, you're gonna be good. There's always a bit." And he was just encouraging her, making her feel good. And it was on record, right? She was recording and then she put it on TikTok, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, and he's homeless. Hey, we love him. Where does he get this positivity from?" Gratitude. That's kind of like gratitude on display to a certain extent. And then they found the guy, and guess what happened? There was a GoFundMe open for him. People donated, and boom, he got a house of his own. Do you see how much of a force gratitude can be? What am I saying here? I'm not saying you should do things and expect that people are just going to buy you houses and stuff, but I'm also not saying that doesn't happen. The point is, when you develop gratitude as a character trait, it's much more deeper and substantial than thankfulness. So a lot of people feel that I said thank you, so I've shown my gratitude. Yeah, you might have shown a form of gratitude, but you're not a grateful person. You don't have gratitude in you. You don't have the character of gratitude in you. You know how the Bible says people accept a form of godliness but deny the power therein. Think of it like that, right? I'm not saying the gratitude is godliness. I mean, it is a part of godliness, but just think of it in that concept, in the sense that thankfulness is a form of gratitude, but you deny the power of gratitude when you don't actually get to the point of developing a trait of gratitude. In the past year, I've had such a tough, oh my God, let's not go into it. And prophetically, I am out of that. But one thing I realized that in that season, God was teaching me gratitude. God was developing gratitude in me. I found that even through the tears and all the heaviness and the lack and the word, the prayers and all of that, I still somehow could see things and somehow could see how and why I should be thankful for God in my life. And it was remarkable. I actually remember praying to God that I wanted to be someone who was more grateful and had less complaints on my lips. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you pray about because God delivered and He's still delivering. And in fact, from like September last year, I was really struggling spiritually, emotionally, mentally. It was the end of the year, and I was just like, Lord, I'm tired. To be honest with you, it was a difficult season. I'm only just getting out of it. But in those moments, I remember there were moments when I would sit on my toilet. There was this day I was so heavy. I went in my bathroom, I sat on my toilet and I wept. It wasn't the silent kind of tears. I wept. I was wailing. And I remember saying, I am blessed, Lord. I thank you for everything you do for me. I thank you for being there for me. I thank you for this. I am blessed. All things are mine. And I was confessing, putting good confessions on my mouth. So sometimes we think that confessing the right things is gonna always look pretty. No. I was bawling my eyes out, snot, with pain in my heart, with a sick heart from deferred hope, with worry and all those things. And yet I was putting the right things on my mouth. And let me tell you this, some of the things I was saying prophetically and in faith. I didn't really feel them, but the gratitude was there. And I just remember part of the tears was the pain and the heaviness, but part of it was like, somehow I'm still grateful. I'm grateful to have you, Lord. I'm grateful. And when it comes to showing thankfulness and gratitude to God, whoo, whew, boy, that works wonders. That moves mountains. That's why David danced the way he did. And when his wife told him, look at you again, he said, excuse me. I will embarrass myself even more. This same David who spent at least 10 more years of his life on the run. This same David, whose family looked down on him, his best friend was killed. The man who he sang and played the harp to help is now trying to kill him. His life was tumultuous. The same David danced. This same David wrote the Psalms, and the Psalms, you read the Psalms and you just want to say, God, I love you. And if you look at the Psalms, one psalm can be mixed with pain, sometimes even resentment and questioning, but gratitude. He will start off, Lord, why hast thou forsaken me? Lord, where are you? Why do I call you when you don't answer? Rise up and fight for me. But I trust you. I love you, for you are the God who answers. You are the lifter up of my head. You are one psalm. So you can see that there's gratitude embedded even in the pain and the Lord, help, where are you? I can't see you. It's hard. But there's still gratitude. And sometimes you can't really explain it, to be honest. I honestly don't think it's something that you can explain. I think it's something you really, truly get the full understanding when you experience it. I would recommend that everybody pray to God to help them and give them a spirit of gratitude and also take the actions that can help you get there. If you want to know more about the actions that can help you get there, comment in the comment section and I'll make another video of that. But today we're just talking about the difference between being thankful and being grateful. The fact that you said thank you does not necessarily mean you're grateful. How deep does your thankfulness go? If things are not going great, would you still be thankful? Would you still be grateful? If your partner is annoying you one day, or maybe it's a 6 months of your partner not being great, would you still be thankful to have them as your partner, or is it suddenly going to shift? And then when they start doing good again, you're thankful again. Is it going to shift? That's why you hear people say it's really been a testy season. My partner has not been the easiest, but oh, why don't you divorce him or her? Why don't you excuse me? No, why would I do that? I'm thankful to have my partner, right? It's something that you look at on a bigger scale, like on the whole, not just in those seasons. But thankfulness doesn't really hold water and doesn't get past that. So ask yourself, am I thankful or am I grateful? And how do I cultivate a spirit and a behavior and a character trait and a disposition of gratitude? Gratitude is a disposition of the heart. It's a, like I said earlier, a character trait. It is a grounding, while thankfulness is just an emotion in a particular season relating to a particular phenomena or something. And I'm so thankful to God for teaching me this in the past year. And it's not something that exists in the sense that you're forcing it or you're just being religious, right? There are moments where you don't even want to think of saying thank you right now because, like, excuse me. But even if you're throwing that little tantrum or thinking, like, inside of you, there's still a part that knows we're still thankful. When I rededicated my life to Christ and started living for God again, I remember just looking back at my past and just going, I don't want to cry. I remember just thinking of things that happened, experiences, and just realized that even when I was in the world, sinful, disgracing God all over the place, living a dirty life, God still had a bulb of protection around me. I remember experiences that left me thinking till today. I realized that it should have been worse than that. And I remember things that the only explanation I can have is that God just pulled me out of there. He's just had his hand like a bulb protecting me, even in my sinful state. And in this season where it's really difficult and God is teaching me dependence on him and stripping me of everything that is self-dependency and all of that, it's so hard. But I think of those days and I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm grateful. I cry and I need help and I need this, but I'm so grateful because without you, like, where would I be? It humbles you. I realize that if I never get all the things that I want, I'm gonna be pained. Yeah, I'm probably gonna throw some tantrums here and there, probably battle with resentment and ask God to please help me not resent you. Because there was a time I was like, I didn't even know. I sat down and I did a self-survey and I was like, am I being resentful towards God? And I was like, Lord, help me. I don't want my heart to harden. I've just been waiting on so much. I'm now confused. I'm doubting myself. I'm wondering, were you with me in this? All those questions. But even through all those things, I always felt deep within me that, look, I cannot be where I am without God. And even where I want to go, I cannot go without Him. And even where I was in the past, still loved and protected me. That's why we say God is a good God no matter what your seasons look like. It's that understanding. So gratitude is deeper. They are the same emotions, but gratitude is ingrained. Remember the analogy that I gave? Gratitude is like an ocean, while thankfulness is like a rain. So ask yourself today, are you grateful? The fact that you said thank you does not automatically mean you're a grateful person. This is not to condemn you, but to bring light to you. So you ask yourself the question, am I grateful or am I just thankful? And if you want to become a grateful person, then you do the needful to get there. Again, if you want me to help with that, comment below and I'll make another video for that. But I'm running out of space on my phone, so I've got to go now. If you like this video and it blessed you, like, comment, subscribe, share it to someone who needs to hear this, and turn on the notification so that you know when the next video is up. Bye.